Coming up tonight, we catch up with the Highlanders' first five, Colin Slade, on the game against the Blues and hear his thoughts on how his season is progressing after returning from a long injury break. But first, we spend a few minutes reflecting on what has been a super season so far for Blues centre Rennie Ranger.
Well, Rennie, great to hear after those close losses recently to put one away and score 4 tries in the game.
Yeah, it's great to get a win under our belt finally. Like the last couple of games have been real close, and I think it's just a matter of building that momentum back again, and I think the boys did well tonight to get that win.
And when you had the advantage of a player up, you really punished them by attacking.
Yeah, you got to take those opportunities when they have like a man down, and in that case they had a man down and we got some points. So you got to use them because they're a team that can attack from anywhere, and it was good.
I thought your defence tonight was particularly good, particularly when you're under pressure.
Yeah, I think a lot of scatter D. The boys worked pretty hard. I think I got pumped off the first tackle I made, but I think the boys really worked hard and showed a lot of attitude in their defence, especially in that last 10 minutes for them to not score.
You'd be happy with your contribution to the tries, the fact you managed to carry the ball so far and drag in the defence?
Yeah, I always try and do my part, whether it's to give an offload or take the ball down, but it was great power was there to get those tries, and it's good, we just got to keep working harder.
Is it a nervous wait while they reviewed it, or were you confident those tries would be awarded?
I think those 2 tries I was pretty confident. All the passes were back, so I was pretty confident. And yeah.
Do you feel you're playing the best football of your life at the moment? Yeah, it looks it.
Oh, it's hard to say. Like I've had moments, last year and the year before, but I think this year's there's a real change of the team attitude. All the boys are playing for each other. JK and Ted have really helped us out. They've put the game plan in front of us and just letting us to express ourselves. It's pretty good.
And you've got the confidence to do that now. You sort of trust each other, don't you?
Yeah, exactly. We try and push each other along to play our game, but in saying that, there's a balance of throwing those 50s and risk and reward. So we've got to keep that balance right if we want to keep playing the sort of footy that the Blues play.
But when you've got the flair from all the different play positions, you really got to make use of it, don't you?
Yeah, we got a lot of talent, young fellas in that back line. And you got young fellas in that forward like Stephen Lautoy. He's coming through quite well, and all the boys are feeding off each other, and when all the boys play well, the team plays well, and it's good.
Do you personally do a lot of talking out there, because you're one of the experienced ones here?
Oh, I try and say my part every now and then, whether the boys listen or not. As long as I'm yelling out a few things, but I think when we come into the huddles, there's a few leaders that speak quite a bit, so I just try and concentrate on my game.
So the team overall going into the Hurricanes next week, it could be a very open affair, couldn't it?
Yeah, it's going to be another tough game with the Hurricanes. They're playing well as well, and I think the boys just got to keep playing with that flair and their balance, and it's another home game, so got to get the fans there because they're another thing that help us play at our best, I guess, and it's a matter of just doing the little things right too.
And you look like you're enjoying your football, you personally.
Yeah, no, really enjoying it. JK's giving me the license to I'd say do whatever on the field, I guess. Just trust my instincts, and just got to keep working harder on my execution and all that sort of stuff.
Well, Cole, these wins are getting harder and harder to come by, aren't they? Especially playing a man down, it gets tough.
Yeah, another loss is hard to take, and we're really chasing it. We're really trying hard, and it's not something we want to get used to. So every week we've got to train harder and look to get a win.
Just the continual reshuffle of the backline can't help with continuity.
No, not at all, mate. In a nutshell, it was tough seeing boys go off and had a few injuries, and I mean that's the nature of the game. You've got to roll with the punches and adjust, and perhaps we didn't adjust well enough tonight. But yeah, no, it's tough. I ended up a bit on the wing there for a bit, and then Elliot went out there, and it's not part of the game plan, but that's that's rugby sometimes, and you've got to have the ability to adjust. And it ruined any flow we had, but we didn't adapt well enough, I suppose.
But you started well, a lot of passion in those first 10 minutes.
Yeah, that was a big focus for us, and that's one positive. The last couple of weeks perhaps we started a bit flat, and we started really well tonight, and I was really proud of the boys. That was what Jamie had talked about all week, starting well, and on that side of things it was great. And to be honest, mate, I thought we had them, but for whatever reason we flattened off and let them back in the game, and they're dangerous, and they got themselves back in it, and then it was an arm wrestle, and unfortunately we lost.
Would have been good to see the forwards so dominant though at times. We haven't had a scrum that effective for a while.
Yeah, I mean they worked really hard on their scrum and their set piece, and I haven't watched the game yet, but we got some good ball at the backs, and would have been good to use it. And I think we did at times, and I thought we showed some nice touches, but again, some finishing, some opportunities. Then we went clinical, I suppose, and it cost us a couple of tries, and that can be a difference in a game like this.
It's a hard team to defend against, isn't it? Because they make things up as they go occasionally. So your sort of systems are well tested.
Yeah, I mean they've got dangerous players who sometimes like to do what they see, and that is quite hard to plan against. But I suppose you have to have a plan for stuff like that, and we were aware of that. We talked as a defensive line they were going to counter attack, and they did tonight, and we had to work really well. And again, I haven't seen the film, but in parts of it I thought we did that really well. But yeah, just didn't go away tonight, and we'll have a good look at it and get back into it for next week.
Just a bit of shame you couldn't sort of score points when they were a man down. Good defence on their part too, for a degree.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that was probably the turning point of the game, to be honest. They, just off the top of my head, I think they scored points when Mark was in the sin bin, and that hurt us. That let them back in the game, and that was probably a turning point there. And then equally so, we had the opportunity, I suppose, to capitalise on when they were a man down, and we didn't. And that probably was the turning of the game. But in saying that, we weren't out of it, and we showed some good ticker, but not enough.
Just the other thing that's troubling us a little bit is the handling errors at critical moments. Is it just rushing it, or lack of confidence? What do you think that's down to?
It's tough. You can't sort of hold on to the ball too much in those 50-50 opportunities, because they can quite often lead to tries, and we need to back ourselves, and we need to try and have confidence to finish those opportunities, and I think in parts we did, and obviously when they don't come off, it's it looks like the wrong option, but it's just execution, I think, and I think it probably is confidence, to tell you the truth. When you're winning, those things stick, and when you're not, they go to ground. But Jamie's really positive. We have to play. We have to keep doing that. We have to keep trying, and just get better at executing, and hopefully soon they'll stick.
It's not an excuse, but you've got a jolly hard draw, isn't it? You're trying to get some form against New Zealand sides, and no one's given you any quarter.
Yeah, everyone knows that the New Zealand games are tough. There's a lot at stake, a lot of individual battles, but as well as the conference stuff as well. So that side of things, it does make these games pretty tough, and and crucial too. So everyone wants the wins, and everyone throws at each other, everything into each other. So you're right. It's tough, and there's no easy games in this competition. There's every week it's another tough game. But what ones that we should be winning, and that's what's disappointing about it.
And where are you at with your own game, physically and mentally, this far into the season now?
Yeah, I was coming back from a while, from a long time out. I suppose it's tough, and I had to be happy just to get through games, and I sort of was sitting back and perhaps wasn't having a big influence on the game, but for me it was just about getting through the game. But now that we lost a couple of games, I think I need to step up and look at some stuff tonight. I think I can take a lot of confidence. I actually ran the ball a couple of times tonight, albeit on the wing. But,
you take him anyway.
Yeah. It was good to get some more contact under my belt, and defensively as well. But still be a lot happier if we were winning.